Articulation Radio. Articulation. Salutations! Welcome to another exciting episode of Articulation Radio. I am your hostess, the eternally grateful Goddess Sage. You know how we do things here at Articulation Radio. We will kick off the top of the day's episode by taking a quick glance at the news headlines. And today's news segment is sponsored by bepublished.org.
These are three of the news headlines and events I saw today, Wednesday, May 19th, 2021, when visiting EliteValuesNews.com. Squarespace to commence trading on the New York Stock Exchange today using the symbol SQSP. The Harvard University Center for African Studies holds a webinar titled Perspectives on Ethiopia's 2021 Elections at 10 a.m. today via africa.harvard.edu. And a Kids Cove Moorville woman said a neighbor's pit bull attacked and killed her chihuahua in Mississippi. Those are three of the news headlines and events I saw today when visiting EliteValuesNews.com for this report on your behalf. Be sure to check us out every minute within the hour because, as you know, so much happens in this world of ours, and the staff at Elite Values News makes it a point to keep you abreast of as much as possible. Check us out right now. I am Joaquin Mann reporting live.
Looking for the latest news? Visit Elite Values News. EliteValuesNews.com has all the latest news and information. Check out the headlines hourly. EliteValuesNews.com. Visit now.
Do you want to be published? Are you looking for a high-quality, low-cost way to be published with a fast turnaround? Visit bepublished.org to publish today. www.bepublished.org. bepublished.org. Publish today. Books, movies, and music.
Listeners, we love you. We hear you. And I am definitely happy to be here with you again today on this episode of Articulation Radio, where you will not only hear wonderful music from independent artists from around the world, you will also get the chance to hear me talk to a move maker, a doer, and I'm not going to tell you with whom I'll be speaking or about what we'll be discussing, but stay tuned.
Over and done with
ArtistReview.com. All artists need a platform. The Artist Review makes sure you have the one you need to put your work in front of your fans. ArtistReview.com. Artist, REVUE.com.
All right, Smitty. Let's slow this down for a minute, man. I got some serious things on my mind I want to talk about. And I know everybody out there can relate to this. This is just a situation that I'm in, and I know I ain't the only one out there. I know I ain't by myself. So if you listening to this, fire up your blunt. Stay with me. Lend me your ear for a few seconds.
At night, which hand is rocking my cradle? I know the devil's in hell, making deals for my soul up under the table, but they label me the son of sin. Man, I count from 1 to 10, and I'm wondering if and when the demons are gonna come again. This hell on earth that I was born in got me tripping. Are we in hell already? Is heaven really a fact of fiction? Got me predicting my death. I'm holding my breath on the next move, just that's long enough to see the next move. I creep inside some Pleasant Grove to get where I gotta go and stay low, cause you never know when a white devil, aka Pole pops up and beats me to the punch. Now my body's chalked up, my race is barely getting by. The misery is seen in my eyes. My own people wanna see me die. I wonder why the hell it is when I find myself in the clip, somebody's fucking up my deal. Sexually transmitted diseases surround me like disciples of Jesus, still spreading like the measles. Crack babies born and put up in an incubator. Niggas kill, kids steal to get their hands on paper. Women mixing business with pleasure. Economy declining so rapidly. Will I be able to maintain my sanity? That ain't the way it's supposed to be. I'm trying to break free from the shackles, but the man is steadily holding me. Heaven be over me and hell be underneath. Right now I'm stuck between. Where am I supposed to be? Eventually my time will come, and when it does, will y'all see an eternity going through all the dirt I done? Will I receive a judgment after I'm sentenced for a dope case? There's no escape. Any minute I could bite the bullet, but will it be a friend before the bullet? This born in hell is all bullshit. Born in hell and left for dead when I became an adult and moved out. Everything revolving around me had dealt with dope. You never know what life could lead to. Family members deceived, yeah, and bullshit is what they feed you. Since the day I was born, trouble clings to me like static. And since I'm addicted to bullshit, I guess that makes me an addict. Can you honestly tell me Tupac ain't in a better place? Cause every corner I turn, eternity is stirring me in my face.
Yeah, that's just part of the way I feel, you know. I'm just purging myself. I'm just trying to reach y'all. That's all. Smitty, I'm gonna drop this second verse, then I'm gonna be out of here, alright? I just hope somebody out there can sympathize with me. Don't sympathize for me, sympathize with me. That's all. Now let's do this. Whoa.
I'm down to my last option. Now it's on and popping. I'm treating every step like death with extreme caution. Distraction, including women, dope, and gambling are hard to overcome, and some got me packing. What is it coming to? What's the answer? What's the reason? Can't get them from my pastor or my deacon. Cause one's a pimp and the other's a drunk, giving me the incentive to fuck up. But I can't put it all on them. Can't point no fingers. Gotta take some blame for all these misdemeanors. But even so, yeah, tell me what I gotta do to go. And word is I need to be, cause society is sick of G. And I can't take another year of this shit. All this ducking and dodging, y'all, there's gotta be something you can do. I ask you to give me the strength to grasp and bounce back. Car, saying stick to me like sausage shit without a strap. I'm a sitting duck, no telling what niggas might attempt, whatever that may be. It never ceases to amaze me though, cause I'm dead either way I go. The scenario has went from bad to worse. Is my life a mistake? Tell me, can I be reimbursed? Evil lurk, y'all save me. We born in hell, and it hurts to know I'm crazy. Let's keep it real.
Yes, man. Say, I'm sorry if I hurt somebody with that. That's just the way I feel. I feel like we all born in hell, and some of us just don't know it. Well, you know, you want to talk about it? Hit me up. 1-800-G-MAN. We can talk. We can ride. Whatever you want to do.
peoplewarmer.com. Book your travel today. peoplewarmer.com for wherever you want to stay. peoplewarmer.com wherever you want to play. peoplewarmer.com. Go see a concert today. peoplewarmer.com. Book everything you need. peoplewarmer.com. Go ahead. Please, please.
You have a product? Let them help you increase sales. You have a video? Let them help you make it go viral. Peoplewarmers.com. peoplewarmers.com.
It was so good to hear that throwback. That was Born in Hell by G-Man featuring Chris Styles and yours truly, Goddess Sage. And before that, you heard Out of Thin Air by Jesse Lawrence featuring Joe Leon. Now, before I play Do Me Right by Wild Son featuring Lakeisha Nugent, let me address today's topic, which is loving despite heartache. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. At least I plan not to. So let's just see whether I can kind of touch and go, okay? But in general, I don't think that you should endure or keep yourself around or stay true to your commitment to someone who's hurting you intentionally or continually hurting you, even if they say it's unintentional. But no, I don't believe that you should love someone who causes your heartache. But I do believe that you should indeed continue being willing to love other people despite your heartache and to be open to meeting new people despite your heartache. I don't care if you popped up at your man or your woman's place and saw someone there and they wouldn't let you in, or you caught them in bed, whatever it is. You know, don't give them a second chance. I don't care if it wasn't even a situation that extreme, if it was some other way the person maybe broke your heart, maybe by not sticking up for you, or maybe always putting their family before you no matter what and never even protecting you against your family, whatever it is. I do not believe you need to keep wasting your good love on people who don't appreciate it. No. It's plenty of people that are looking for not only good love, but great love and wonderful, consistent commitment, excellent partnership. And if that's what you have to offer, move forward. But if you know that, you really ain't worth nothing anyway, then go ahead and keep apparently enjoying the stuff that you keep settling for, that you say you love. And surely if you love someone who treats you that badly, then maybe you like that kind of behavior, so do your thing. And that means it's no heartache there. So why pretend there is? But anyway, people, moving on today, I also have the pleasure of bringing on the artist Acacia Grace. And we are going to not only let you know about an exciting thing that she has going on, but we are also going to, I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to tell you too much. Hang tight. I'm going to roll that cut real quick by Wild Son featuring Lakeisha Nugent, and we are going to tap into Acacia Grace and hook it up.
Are you looking for grant writers, technical writers, creative writers, academic writers, any kind of writers? Head to the Writers Consortium. Their website, writersconsortium.us, www.writersconsortium.us, the Writers Consortium.
You are listening to Articulation Radio. Head on over to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts.
Phone lines are open right now at Articulation Radio. Call 312-899-6237. That's 312-899-6237.
Have you always wanted to start a business but can't seem to get it off the ground? Need help building a website? Contact The Conglomerate, 972-880-8316, or visit theconglomerate.work, 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 972-880-8316. Start your new business today.
I remember getting locked up in myself. That thing of loving was for everybody else. Lost and lonely, having hurt too many times. gave up on hoping, thought I'd never get it right. It's all because of you. It's all because I have to tell you, baby, there's nothing more I need but you. It's you. There is no greater meaning. Nobody does the things you do. It's true. How we get lost in each other. Everything blurs when I'm with you. Us two. I wanna stay forever, safe in your arms. I know that, babe, you do me right. Boy, you bring me something that I never knew. A kind of happy I don't ever wanna lose. And when I hear you coming knocking on my door, all I think is, baby, I need more. I need more. It's all because of you. It's all because I have to tell you, baby, there's nothing more I need but you. It's you. There is no greater meaning. Nobody does the things you do. It's true. How we get lost in each other. Everything blurs when I'm with you. Us two. I wanna stay forever, safe in your arms. I know that, babe, you do me right. There is no one better. I take on the world with you. With you. I've had many lovers, but no one comes close to you. To you. We are like no other. We paint different colors too. We do. There is no one better. I take on the world 'cause babe, you do me right. Let me tell you. I have to tell you, baby, there's nothing more I need but you. It's you. There is no greater meaning. Nobody does the things you do. It's true. How we get lost in each other. Everything blurs when I'm with you. Us two. I wanna stay forever, safe in your arms. I know that, babe, you do me right.
If you'd like more information on how you can be an eyelash artist, call us at 314-560-1641 or 888-585-LASH. LashingOutLoudInc.com.
Articulation Radio is very pleased to have on the line with us today the jazz and soul artist, Miss Acacia Grace, and of course her website, people, acaciagrace.com. That's spelled ACACIAGRACE.com. And I'm telling you that right off the bat before I even ask her how she's doing, because people, you need to head on over right now because you actually have the chance to influence music messing around with Miss Acacia Grace, because you can go to her website, acaciagrace.com, and actually pick which one of her 2 new songs you like the best. And the titles are You're Not a Friend of Mine and I Can't Live Without You. So you already know two totally different songs, two totally different styles. So I'm willing to bet you probably are going to pick based upon which one just resonates with your overall theme, because some of you are, some of us, period. We're some of those who are like, nah, I'm going to cut you off at the bud, nip the problem in the bud. And then there's that side of us that's like, nah, if I love you, and I'm going to accept you no matter what, if that's the way you loving me. So, it's like, so depending on whether you have that duality going on like I do, or whether you pick a side, then that's going to influence whether you can pick between these two songs and which one you're going to choose. So that's what leads to my very first question. Before I even ask her how she's doing today, y'all, my first question is, Miss Acacia Grace, where did you get the idea, the moxie, the cytosis, whatever people want to call it? How did you come up with this idea to, I would say, to roll out your new singles this way? This is such a brilliant and, courageous and crazy. I love it. So where did you get the idea?
Thank you. So when I first was writing You're Not a Friend of Mine, I actually got the inspiration from an EDM-inspired track. So I wanted to do something a little different. So I got my collaborators together, Corey Lewis and Isai Galvez. And, I was like, let's just make it, let's keep the pad sound, but let's tone it down a little bit and add some violin and make it R&B, because I'm over 40 and I'm not making EDM music. So, I wanted it to have a certain sound, and at first I was going to release that song because I felt like an R&B song would reach a wider audience. But then when we did the recording and the mix for I Can't Live Without You, I'm like, the older, crowd, well, I don't want to say the older crowd, the mature crowd, would definitely know I Can't Live Without You because it's jazzy, it's smooth, anybody who loves love songs or old school, I don't want to say Motown because that's going way too far.
More ballad.
But you know what I
really
mean.
Like the ballad kind.
Yes, the ballad kind, from the 90s, just, I felt that I could reach more people by putting out two songs. So I did research, or I Googled, should I put out two singles at the same time? And, I got a lot of conflicting information on whether it's a good idea. So I just said, I'm going to do what I want to do.
And I'm glad you did, and I'm sure that you are too, and instantly felt that fulfillment because, of course, there are a number of people that think that, I have to, before I do this, I have to wait until I've done that and that is worn out, and then I can finally do this, instead of realizing that if you are able to do this and that, you should do this and that right now, if you can do it right now, because now is all we have. And so for those who are kind of thinking, I first of all, want Goddess Sage to back up. I want to know how the lady doing before we start pumping her brain for info. So, Mr. Casey, let the listeners know how beautiful you are doing today, because I did ask during the first time when we had chatted before you all got privy to this conversation, but yes, ma'am, Mr. Casey, let them know how you doing today.
I am doing fantastic. It's a beautiful day. It's been, one hell of a year. And, I just told myself, especially after all the losses we had last year, that I want to go all in on this project. So, I wake up, with a positive attitude. I'm trying to adopt the mantra of daily mantra of having positive affirmations, because we need that. It's a lot of bad going on right now. So, that's how I stay positive, that and, just trying to diversify my music. Music is definitely a big outlet for me.
Yes, and some wonderful therapy for even the listeners. And let me ask you now, for people who want to do what you do, what advice do you have for them? Because there are some people that are like, oh, I've been wanting to record a song for forever, and I just got this one song that I know will be this, or I got these 152 songs or whatever, and they're like, but how is she able to, especially now, during all of this time, how is she able to do this? So let them know what it is that you did and what you would recommend they do.
Well, firstly, let me tell you that I've been on this journey since like 2015, so I'm just now getting music out. When I first wanted to record, my album was going to be a gospel album, or I guess gospel hip hop or gospel soul, nothing old school gospel.
Oh, that contemporary gospel. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I ran into a lot of producers and studios where everybody has their own opinion, and especially out here in California, everybody wants to do what's commercial. I got a lot of bad advice. I went to several bad recording studios, and finally I had ended up at the studio I'm at now in Anaheim. They make it, I don't want to say they make it affordable because it's not cheap, but they make it accessible, by giving you a good flat monthly payment to come in there and record for a certain amount of time each month, which is a lot cheaper than, paying
than just going hour by
hour. Yeah, and I got into this company where they actually provide you guidance. They have a lot of industry experience, and they're not afraid to share it. Just really good Christian people, and I hadn't had that before, and I hadn't had anybody who had industry experience. I know a lot of indie artists who have released music, but, you're talking about people who've actually won Grammys and who have Grammy, other Grammy award winners coming into their studio. They know people who know people, and I didn't have that before. So what I had to open up myself to, because I got frustrated, got frustrated a little bit first when I went in, because I wasn't, it's like, I want to do what I want to do. And they're like, but this sounds better.
Right. And they're like, nah, yeah.
Well, this will sound better. Just wait. And I was like, oh, that does sound better. And then, they explain why they're doing it. So I feel like, I'm learning a lot along the way, in addition to me bringing my talent to this studio. So going back to when I was saying I was originally going to do gospel, I wrote love ballads initially as well. So I said, let me just do something a little mainstream, because I couldn't link up with a producer who saw my vision, who didn't want me to sing I'm Coming Up on the Rough Side of the Mountain type song. So I really didn't want to go that far back, as far as gospel music. It just wasn't in me to do that. So I came out with, this soul album that's going to be released in June.
And that works because, you do want to stay true to, you, and be able to, I would say, authentically be represented in what you create in every single step of that process, and that way, you do know for sure that, it truly is, even if it's something to where, this represented me at that time, and now I'm here in this place, and now I'm this, and that's great. But at least to even understand it in the limited perspective, we first have to be able to accept that, we are a part of it in the first place, and be able to see ourselves in it. So and I think that it was great the way you were able to take that advice and adjust to it, and acknowledge how, it's frustrating when people try to, in our world, we may think they're trying to limit our vision, or not, willing to accept what we want done. And like you said, it best was when you were like, it gave you a chance to learn, once you saw that, no, it's just a new way of doing it. And if you just try it this way, then so yeah. And now my next question to you, for people who want to get your music, and are they able, I know that they're on your website, they're able to listen to it, they're able to cast votes. Are they able to also buy printed up copies of it if they want to happen to have a CD of it?
Yes, I'll have starting April 10th. They'll be able to pre-order. I'll be selling them in the jewel case, and if you're budget minded or whatever, I'll be selling them in the sleeve. So, and then on April 16th, of course, everything will be out on digital, so you'll be able to buy it off of, Apple or Amazon. It'll be released everywhere.
And how long will they have a chance to cast votes? Would they be able to vote the rest of spring or during the summer, how long would they be able to cast their votes?
It'll be up until April 16th, which is when the music
songs
drops.
are released?
Yeah, so when the song drops, they'll have up until then to vote. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. I guess for me, I just want to know which one, do people like the most. I thought people would like You're Not a Friend of Mine the most because it's R&B. But, it looks like for right now, I Can't Live Without You is winning, probably because of that smooth saxophone.
Yeah, it's hard to compete with a saxophone. You could be talking about something gross and somebody's playing a sax with it. You'll be like, oh, yeah, like, wow. So it's like, yeah, it's hard to compete against the sax.
Yeah.
But yes, and I must say, though, and people, for those of you who are like, well, I want to hear them, and you all are talking about the release and, and we want to have a chance to get in on everything, being that we've already missed the release, so people just know then, even like she said, even though, no, you weren't able to cast your vote, even like she admitted, so what? Because that was really just for her own curiosity, because it's not like the one that won is the only one going out. They both are going to go out. So they both are winners anyway. And the thing is, you all are winners too, because once we finish up this interview, I will be playing both of those songs for you because they both won, baby. Of course, you're going to hear You Are Not a Friend of Mine by Acacia Grace, as well as you're going to hear I Can't Live Without You by Acacia Grace. Now, Miss Acacia, Miss Acacia, real quick, one last question for you. Well, not the last. It's going to be the next to the last. Now, your song, You're Not a Friend of Mine, and it's like, I can't live without you. It kind of, gives me an idea of, what it's about. But You're Not a Friend of Mine can go either way. It could be because the person is more of a friend or they less than a friend. Can you explain to me what's the story behind You're Not a Friend of Mine?
So, yeah, the story behind You're Not a Friend of Mine is just giving yourself permission to let go of people who have done you wrong, taken advantage of you. Just like when you're drained, I mean, I'm a true Cancer. And I hold on to things until the very last drop. And I take losing anything very hard. And it's me giving myself permission to say, you're not a friend of mine. Okay, I done helped you out before. I called you, you weren't around. And then you're like, oh, let me call old Trusty. And I'm like, no, not today. You're not a friend of mine. So it's not about being mean to somebody. It's about being good to yourself, because I'm sure we've all been in that situation where somebody has done a number on you and then want to come around and like key like everything is okay. It's like, no, we're not okay. Beat it.
Right. Yes. So I'm definitely glad I asked for that confirmation, because it's like, no, it's not about being bitter. It's about being loved. That's what it is. And now my very last question to you, and I promise this one is, what is there that you would like to say to the listeners of Articulation Radio that you've not yet had a chance to convey?
I want to say thank you for giving me a chance as an artist, for listening to my music. If you haven't, please do. I mean, this is my very, very first project, and I'm just seeing it come to fruition is so amazing. So I just want to say thank you in advance to anyone and everyone who's listened or supported my music. Thank you. And I really am sending positive vibes out there to everyone.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. And we are so thankful that you came on. And it's when you had mentioned before that this was 5 years in the making, I thought that it was just these particular works. I didn't know that this was your very first. You have done a great job. People, you're going to hear. It's like, yeah, you can't. And again, people, I encourage any of you who want to do this, do it, because you are about to hear 2 songs by an artist that has never recorded anything before and released anything before. This is her very first project, people. This is even better than we thought. You know what? Let me let y'all get in on this. Let me let y'all in on this. People, Acacia, I'm sorry, can't forget about you before we turn our attention to your babies. Thank you so much for creating such wonderful works. Thank you for seeing your vision through. Thank you for working with such a great team. And thank you for allowing us to add these songs to our rotation so that we can not only let listeners hear them and enjoy them today, but in the future, other listeners will be able to hear them as well. And you are welcome to come back at any time. And now, listeners of Articulation, without any further ado, here is You're Not a Friend of Mine. And that's going to be followed by I Can't Live Without You, These Babies by Acacia Grace.
If you are a savvy senior who's seeking a lifestyle club that's centered around you, visit sittingroom.xyz today. The Sitting Room, sittingroom.xyz, where savvy seniors socialize, get event invites, organize among themselves, as well as obtain merchandise and get engaged to create new things. The Sitting Room, sittingroom.xyz. Visit today. All right. Now is the time, listeners, for you to go ahead and decide whether you are like me and you like both of these new songs by Acacia Grace, or whether there's one that you prefer over the other. So first I'm going to play You're Not a Friend of Mine. Then I'm going to play I Can't Live Without You. Of course, both songs by Acacia Grace.
Do you frequently shop online and you're looking for a new place to shop? Join the club, JeffersonTaylor.club, where models, designers, inventors, and other creators offer customers the best products at fair prices. Jefferson Taylor, JeffersonTaylor.club. Join the club. Shop today, JeffersonTaylor.club.
Articulation Radio, thanks you so much for listening. So head on over right now to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts on today's episode. In the meantime, we're going to keep the show rolling for you. Want to buy stocks, jewels, real estate, or other high-end items? Would you love to be able to contribute to charitable initiatives but cannot do these things with the money you currently have? Join Regal City Investment and Social Club, where you can pool money each month with other investors to make major purchases, give to the needy, and possibly turn a profit. www.regalcity.xyz. Become a Regal citizen today by joining Regal City Investment and Social Club. regalcity.xyz.
Would you like a motivational speaker to come to your company or organization to speak to your group? Visit lifespurposeministries.com. That's lifespurposeministries.com.
Weddings are expensive, but your love is worth it. Go to marryusnow.us to book the Minister of Love to officiate your wedding today. The fee is only $200 if your wedding is in the city of Chicago, and there's only a small fee to get the Minister of Love to travel outside of Chicago to your wedding location. Book the Minister of Love today. Visit marryusnow.us. That's marryusnow.us.
Thank you so much for joining us today for this episode of Articulation Radio. There is no other reason why we do this other than you. We hope that you have enjoyed today's episode, that the information you received has been something you can immediately apply, as well as you have enjoyed this great music from independent artists from around the world. We also encourage you, if you have not already gone over to articulationmedia.club so that you can ensure your music, your ads, as well as your interview is scheduled. Be sure to do that right now. But in the meantime, thank you again for being a listener. But more importantly, be sure that you are a doer. Keep doing whatever it is that you are called to do. Make sure that you let nothing stop you. So in other words, keep making things happen, baby. Articulation. 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 Articulation.